That was to relax me. Where's Jeff? Is Jeff here?
Yep.
Or is he left? Okay. Just stay put so I can make eye contact and do the right thing here. All right, Jeff. You ready for me to speak to you from my heart? Well, this is going to be a lifelong thing for you, serving. I know my daughter. All right, you good? All right, and I've had a few whiskeys, so I will be reading quite a bit. Jeff, I have none of your history when you were young and foolish, I hope. Okay, so I have no material to mock you with. I apologize.
Cheers.
I'll leave that to Kelsey tomorrow.
Deal.
But I will say we had a really good start when you moved in. We're typically not morning people. Neither I am, nor Audrey, nor Britt. Okay, so it's a fairly quiet house in the morning. Okay, aside for one of us. When Claudia's eyes open, the mouth opens, on and on and on. I love you. Have I said I loved you today? Anyway, Claudia was doing her 8 a.m. bubbly kind of, banter thing. I was feigning interest, but you responded and actually kept up with her. I looked up and realized I love this guy. Now going forward, you have the morning shift. Got it?
All right.
All right. We know one day you'll move out taking our daughter with you. However, Piper is still negotiable. You got it? We'll talk. Okay. Okay. But seriously, we've been together for 6 months. That sounds a little weird, but
You're the dog.
all of us. You fell in love with this girl, Audrey, and decided to better her life, better the life of your daughter, Lindsay, and to raise a family. You uprooted yourself from Dallas, the only home you ever knew. You enrolled in a challenging, very challenging 4-year computer science curriculum, and you worked your butt off part-time and continue to work your butt off part-time to contribute to the finances. It wasn't easy. It was scary, it was hard, it was intellectually challenging, and a commitment few of us have to realize. You met it head on with humor, energy, maturity, and with success. In Yiddish, we call that a mensch. To Jeff, you're a good man.
Cheers.
Cheers. Welcome to the family, my man. Where's Lindsay? Is she around?
They're with the dog.
All right, I was going to toast Lindsay for being Lindsay. But if she's not here, she misses out. Now, Audrey, where's my princess?
Here she is.
Yes.
Leggy wants you to stand.
So, Audrey, we have a ton of history, sweetheart. Okay? I just went through about 6 cards. So, we have a ways to go with you.
Do the math, that's 20.
When I asked your mother, I said, what kind of speech should I give? Well, she said, just be your sarcastic self. I said, oh boy. So anything that's over the top, you blame her. She actually reviewed this. She gave it
That's
the
what therapy's for, is
That's
to blame
right.
your mother.
So what better metaphor to the twists and turns you've had in your life, my dear? I thought about it, and I came up with the child's game of chutes and ladders. Now, for those of you who need a little reminder, okay, you proceed through every square until you get to the end, right? But along the way, you have things called ladders that propel you forward, and then things called chutes would bring you backwards. So we'll do it. It'll be okay, sir. Are you ready for your own personalized version of chutes and ladders?
Can Vanna do it?
But yeah, Vanna, you're done.
Okay, I
Very
can
good.
drink now.
Well done. All right. We start at your birth, a redhead on Valentine's Day. On time to the day, unlike your brother. It's a ladder. Very easy, right? Well done. You were born on the right day, right hair. You're good. You were an angelic baby until 18 months. Scariest temperament ever after that, to about 3 or 4. Like head spinning, pea soup spitting. It's a bit of a shoot. In 3rd grade, okay, most of you have heard this story. I ran out of gas, bringing my 2 little children to school, to elementary school. Some woman in a brand new Suburban stops and, "Can I take your kids to school? Can I help you out?" I said, "Sure." And I packed them in the car. Off they went. Okay.
They made it.
Yeah.
She was really nice.
You really wonder what this wedding would be like if you stayed with them. I mean, you could probably be in Maui or something like that. Right? Anyway. So the point here is not a commentary on my parenting skills. Okay, we'll talk about that later. But you and your brother survived just fine, right? Okay, that's sort of a ladder. However, I got home that night, and my wife says, "Where are our kids? I went to the school and they weren't there." Who told you? You did. No. You broke a sacred trust with your father. Shoot. So you've already had sort of this questionable sense of style. Again, she saw these, she's good with them. In kindergarten, you had an Urkel backpack. In middle school, you wore boys' shorts and tucked in shirts. Like golf shirts or something. It was sort of weird. Yeah. And today you still have your plumber's cracked pants that you wear. Okay. So that's a shoot. You guys getting the theme here. Okay. Next. Fastest runner, great athlete. Everyone wanted you on your team. That's a ladder. Kitten surfing. Oh. Was in her car, pulled out, went to school, drove about 5 miles. Everybody's waving, everybody's yelling at her. She thought she's the most popular person in the whole wide world.
Going up and down the hill.
Finally, somebody, yeah, you can imagine this, somebody said, "You have a cat on top of your car." We had a kitten, and that kitten was on top, nothing to grab onto, surfing the entire way. You know, and I give you a ladder for this story. It's been precious ever since. So a few months later, you ran over that kitten pulling into the garage. Oh, that's a shoot. What's with you, girl? We're penalizing you a shoot on behalf of the deceased kitten. Hey. Speech up here. No heckling. All right. For you people who love cats, just, hung our cat Annie on the garage door when pulling out one day. So Annie is that huge orange cat that you've seen around here. So she's still alive. Okay. Now some of you would think that no doubt this should be an obvious shoot, right? The cat was asleep on top of the door. It came down. That kind of thing. However, darned if that cat didn't have a better personality after that incident. She became actually a sweet cat, sort of. So, I'll give you a step ladder for that one. Oh, allowed her friend to drive her car from a gathering, subsequently driving over another friend's leg. Oh, they're okay. Everybody was okay. But that's a shoot. Oh, whose car was that? All right, here we go. Received an MIP in Lubbock. Okay, for those who don't know what an MIP is minor in possession, right? Yeah. One of thousands of kids drinking in a huge open field, and somehow they anointed little Audrey with an MIP. Shoot. Excelled in high school soccer. Played in every varsity game for 4 years. Won top soccer player award. Regional scoring champion. Ladder. Met some wonderful lifelong friends who are here tonight. Ashley, Ian, and Kelly. Extension ladder. Yeah, your friends bailed you out on that one. Attended Angelo State, playing soccer as a walk-on, and ultimately received a scholarship. Ladder. All right. Got hurt jumping out of a window when the police came to break up a party. Now, okay, hold on here. Let's not judge. You might think that this was a shoot. However, your limping during soccer practice the next day paved the way for free medical services as it was ordained a soccer injury. You get a ladder. Free x-rays, free doc. Met some wonderful lifelong friends, some of who are here today. Marianne, Casey, Lauren, and Brittany. Another extension ladder. Okay. MIP in San Marcos. Tubing. Sheriff picked you out of all the tubers because the long neck you were drinking was bigger and more aged than you. The collateral damage, your brother and a close friend visiting from New Jersey got nabbed. Britt had to pay his ticket, and because there was no such thing as MIPs in New Jersey, our young friend had to attend Alcoholics Anonymous meetings. This poor little thing had to stand up and say, you know, blah, 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 and all she was doing was drinking a beer on the San Marcos River. Shoot. All right, at Angelo State, you went through a series of majors, some most unrelated. How do we say this politely? Didn't apply oneself to academics? Yeah, that table's laughing the most. Okay. You had a great social life, but it was time to exit stage left. Schlitterbahn-sized shoot. When your mother, ooh, this is, gosh, we're on a few shoots, but we'll get there. When your mother and I traveled on holiday, we left you alone to take care of the house. Upon return, we were so proud of how you took care of things, especially the fact that there were no parties. 6 months later, your friend stopped by to show us pics of her birthday party. It was at our house that weekend. Busted. Shoot.
For cleaning up.
Nah, yeah, actually, that's a good point, Tom. I didn't do that. Yeah. Next time I make this speech, I'll add a ladder. Okay. Home stretch. Headed up to UNT in Denton, worked at Main Event, became financially independent. The ladder a father dreams of. Britt married Brittany, who became a close friend and confidant. You get no credit. This was all Britt's doing. Sorry. Graduated UNT with top grades. Very proud ladder. Met some great lifelong friends and a Mr. Jeff Kern. Ladder. Said yes when Jeff proposed, and you won the game. To Audrey and Jeff.
Thank you guys so much.
Yes, thank you.
Keep eating, drinking. There's food.